Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, guys. So, guys, blockings are very common in the SQL server. They will come and they will go, like CPU utilization, memory utilization. It's very common, guys. You don't think all the blockings you have to kill. No, whenever blocking is there, killing is the only solution. No. Okay, so blockings are very common. They will come and they will go, guys. If blockings are not going, it is taking up 5 hours, since 6 hours, 10 hours, the blockings are still there. Then you have to take action. For 1 2 minutes, go and check your servers. If anyone is working on the SQL servers, go and check your servers, execute this query. Okay, you can see blockings very common. You can see 10 blockings, 20 blockings, and the count will decrease. If you are trying to execute the same again and again and again, the count will decrease and increase, guys. It's very common. Blockings will come and go. And again, I'm saying, don't think whenever blocking is there, I have to kill the session. That is the only solution. No, blockings are very, very common. They will come and they will go, like CPU spikes, memory spikes, and all. Some blockings will create the cause problems. Okay, some blockings will create the problems. They don't go until you kill the session, guys. Is it clear? Clear, guys? Fine, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Yes,
someone
sir.
is
Fine,
asking the
sir.
question.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, please.
Sir, if any way, if you are killing the query, but query is running by 1 day,
Hmm.
so that time what is the
Nothing we can do.
solution?
Why? Because for rollback there is no solution, Sanjeev. Even though if you restart also, it won't fix the issue. That's why when you restart the SQL server, guys, if you see, if you observe it clearly or not, when you restart the SQL server, lot of sessions will goes to rollback state. In SP
Okay,
underscore
so
who
data.
to, yes. In SP underscore
Okay,
who to, you can see rollback state, guys. Okay, if any, as of now, there are no rollback. But if you execute this SP underscore who to under this command session, okay, under this command column, there is a column called command. Okay, here you can see rollback. Okay, rollback will be there. See here, lot of reasons are there, right? HADR migration, notification, awaiting for query, full pass, lot of things are there command. Okay, here you can see rollback. Rollback, there is no solution, guys. You might think if I restart the SQL server, that is the intended behavior of the SQL server, guys. That's how Microsoft designed the SQL server. If there is no rollback, your SQL server database doesn't have consistency. Any database, if we want to call this as a database, it has to follow four properties, guys. Those four properties are called acid properties: atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability.
Durability.
Okay, it has to follow these four properties. Consistency, the database should be consistent before and after transaction. The database should be in same state. If I am sending 10,000 rupees, there are two chances: either the transaction will be failed or transaction will be succeeded. It's not like partial success. 5,000 will come to my account, 5,000 won't be succeeded. Either transaction will be fully committed or it will be rollbacked, guys. Correct? Whenever you are experiencing technical errors, whenever you are experiencing network issues, when you send the money, it will deduct from your account. It will be, sometimes it will be credited. If the recipient is not received the money, again the 10,000 will be credited back to your account. That is called rollback. So now, Sanjeev, tell me, if there is no rollback concept, you don't get your money. Is that okay for you?
no, sir.
No, right? You are going to
But
lose your
during
money,
right, right. Yes, yes, yes.
right? So that
So
is the
any
basic feature. Yeah.
any okay, okay, sir. Anyway, there are the quick rollback in killing the query. So there are the no way after waiting. What time to be roll back the query?
We have to
Then wait
wait.
and
It might
watch.
take 1 day, it might take 2 days. There are some scenarios it will take 3 days also for completing rollback. Yes, I have seen one transaction took 3 days to complete the rollback. There is no solution for that.
Okay.
Okay, that is the intended behavior of the SQL server. Okay, that's what
So
the
how
same
much is
example.
rollback?
If you are not interested to get the 10,000 rupees, you are sending amount to me 10,000 rupees. I did not receive the money. Parallelly, you also did not get the money. No one got the money. How it will work, right? So that is the case. So that's the issue, guys. That's why rollback is the behavior, or we can call it as a feature of the database, guys. Yes, please, someone is asking the doubt.
Sir, after rollback, if we want to execute the query,
Okay.
we should do it manually once again.
That's okay. That's a different thing. After once the transaction is rolled back, again you have to execute the query once again. It won't redo, guys. Okay.
Yes.
Sometimes depends upon the situation, depends upon the query. Sometimes it will be redo automatically. Sometimes you have to execute the query again.
If it is automatically once again executing means, then also blocking continues, sir.
Depends. If there is no locks on the database, it will be executed successfully. By that time, it's not guarantee like 24 hours the database will be busy, right? It is like the concurrent transactions executions that you are doing on the database. Agree? When you are doing again, by the time there is no locks on the database, so it can execute immediately, right? When these
Yes, sir.
locks will come, not every time, right? When there are concurrent transactions, when there are parallel transactions, then only this lock system will come into the picture, right?
Yes, sir.
When
Yes,
you are
sir.
redoing, if there are no concurrent transactions, there are no parallel transaction, it might execute immediately. There will be no issues. Okay.
Sir, among number of blockings, how to check lead blocking, sir?
It's not like read blockings, write blockings and all. Okay. You can check
Lead,
it.
lead, sir. Lead,
Lead
lead.
blockers, there will be script. There will be script. Simply go to Google. I can pull it in 1 minute. Okay, go to Google. Now also you can try and you can do. Go to Google SQL query to find out the lead blockers. Just type like that. You will get one query. Execute it automatically. You can see lead blocking tree. Okay.
Um,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
please.
Hi, Shanmugh. Am I
Yes, yes.
audible?
Yeah, I can hear you. Tell me.
So actually, rollback time and the query execution time, we'll kill the session by seeing the lead blockers, everything. But do we have any chance that figure it out? Maybe this rollback will take so much time. So better to don't choose this query to kill.
Nothing like that, Usha. We cannot say like that. Okay, it depends how you cannot predict how busy the database is, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So you cannot predict. You have to experience that. Okay, that you cannot skip it, Usha. There is no way that okay, if I execute this query, I'll get the blockings. How you can predict the future? Not Radhesham, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we cannot predict. So it will take lot of time. Okay, why? Because you don't know what other concurrent processes that can run on the same database, right? So we cannot predict. So that's why we cannot predict. Okay, if I run this query, I'll get the blocking. So better not to run the query. We cannot predict, Usha. You have to okay experience the same.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Just 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Okay. Okay, guys, is it clear about blockings?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, yes, yes. Can you hear me, guys?
No, yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Anuj, yes, deadlock is also kind of same thing. Okay. Blocking each processes by itself is called a deadlock. 58 is blocked by 60, 60 is blocked by 58. So in this case, tell me which session I have to kill first. Right? So deadlock is also kind of same stuff. Okay. Blocking each other is called a deadlock situation, guys. Blocking each other is called a deadlock situation. Okay. Means 58 blocked by 60, 60 blocked by 58. Which session has to be killed first? Okay, so
58.
SQL Server will decide it. You cannot decide. Depends upon the priority. SQL Server will kill. Deadlocks are auto fixed, guys. Deadlock issues are auto fixed. Okay, so for example, 58 in 58 we are running insert. In 60 we are running select. Insert and select, which is priority query, guys? Tell me. Insert is more priority session or sorry, select is more priority session.
Insert.
Insert, right? So
Inserts.
SQL Server will kill select query. Automatically it will kill select query. That is called a deadlock. Deadlock. Okay, deadlock situation. Usually in the SQL Server, sometimes we'll get these deadlocks, guys. So this is how usually we don't do anything. You using some trace flags. First, we'll enable trace flag. Okay, trace flag 1204 and 1222. We have to enable this trace flag to detect the deadlocks. Okay, it will be detected in the SQL Server error log. In the SQL Server error log, you can check the deadlocks, guys. In the error log, it will be clearly mentioned, and the deadlocks will be auto cleared. Deadlocks will be auto cleared. Sir, I'm getting lot of deadlocks. What I have to do in that case? Check what transactions at what time. Check at what time you are getting lot of deadlocks. Lot of deadlocks. Okay, at what time we are getting lot of deadlocks? What sessions are running? Which session is blocked by which session? And you have to means imagine 58 and 60, guys. 58 and 60. Imagine both are deadlocks. In that case, regularly you are getting deadlocks. Okay, regularly you are getting very regularly you are getting deadlocks. Actually, for deadlocks we don't do anything, guys. Auto fixed. Your SQL Server will deadlock victim. Will call it as a deadlock victim. Okay, in these two sessions, which one is least priority session, that will be killed by the SQL Server automatically. Least priority session will be killed by the SQL Server. No need to do anything from your side. Okay, SQL Server. But if you are keep on getting the deadlocks regularly, deadlock schedulers will generate. Okay, which will leads to a SQL Server restart, which will leads to restart this automatically. SQL Server will be restarted, guys. If more deadlocks you are getting, deadlock schedulers will generate, and which will leads to a restart of the SQL Server. In this case, how to troubleshoot? You have to check under 58 which session is running, under 60 which session is running, who is running these two sessions. Go to the developers, check. Might be same because of some logic issue. Means the query is not proper. There is an issue with the query because of some queries. Okay, developers are not so perfect, right? They are also human beings. They will also do mistakes in the queries. They sometimes their logics are not working. So go and talk with the developers, sit with them, set up a meeting with them, tell them this is the situation. Whenever you are running these two queries, we are getting lot of deadlocks. Then they will revise their coding, guys. This is the only solution for deadlocks. Okay. Okay, guys, if you are getting more deadlocks, one, two deadlocks automatically will be fixed by SQL Server, guys. We don't do anything from our side. Is it clear, guys? Right? Okay, fine. right? So that is about your deadlocks, and then you have to check the free space in the drives, how much free space is there. Okay, guys, you have to check your temp.db drives, you have to check your data drives, you have to check your log drives. If you don't have enough free space, then also, okay, you will get your queries will take longer than expected, which will causes CPU spikes and memory spikes, guys. Okay, check whether you have enough free space in the drives or not. Check SQL Server error log. These are the health checks, guys. These things you have to. Sir, when we have to do these L6, whenever there is an issue, if you don't know what is the exact issue, if you don't know what is the exact issue, like CPU memory 90 percentage, CPU 90 percentage, memory 90 percentage blockings are there. So in all these cases, you have to do these health checks, guys. Okay, you have to check whether anything is logged inside in your SQL Server error log. You have to check event viewer, anything suspected is there in the event viewer. You have to check all these things, and you have to check whether all the services are running or not. You have to check, guys. Okay, so once you did the health checks, at least in one corner you will get the reason what is the problem and all. If you are not getting the result, of course we'll start digging into it. Okay, right, like that we are going to start troubleshooting performance issues, guys. But these are the common health checks we are going to do, guys, in case of any CPU or memory issues. These are the common health checks. Of course, database is up and running or not, SQL services are up and running or not. Okay, that's again, these are the different health checks for different issues and all. But commonly you have to do all these things, guys, other than this last check, health check. Why? Because if SQL Server is query is running slow, of course database is up and running only. You cannot say this to interviewer. What is the relation for my database? The database should be up and running, then only query will execute, right? Otherwise query will throw the error, right? If query is running slow, means database and SQL Server are up and running only. In that case, you cannot say you have to check whether SQL services are up and running or not. That is foolish. If SQL Server is not up and running, how can you execute the queries? You have to apply your common sense. I want to say this is also one health checks. Okay, one health checks for different reasons, not for query running slow, not for your what we can say application running slow, not for CPU consumption and all. Okay, guys, these are the common health checks you have to do, right? We have discussed about the processes. This is called your blocking, right? Check all the processes using sp underscore who2 or select star from sys.sys processes. Check processes more than 50, guys. Less than 50 you cannot kill it. We discussed right earlier while we are discussing a process admin. We discussed how to check the processes and all. Up to 50 processes are background processes, guys, that you cannot kill
Yes,
it.
sir.
Okay, more than 50 only you can kill it. Kill 50 won't work. Why? Because up to 50 those are background processes that you cannot kill it. Kill 51 onwards will work. Okay, guys, check login, what command and what are the blockings are there. Blockings are very important. If any blockings are there, they are going to kill the performance. So find the blocking processes and check who is running the processes, then contact him using communicator tool like Teams, or will have Jabber. Okay, different communicator tools will be there. Okay, what is that what is the charting tool, guys? Earlier we have Microsoft, before Teams we have one thing, right? Starts with S.
Skype.
Skype, correct. Okay, check in the Skype whether the user is available or not. Ping him, tell him that your session is blocked by this session, particular session. Can I kill your session? Check with him. If he's okay, kill the sessions. But again, killing the sessions might fix the issue immediately, or it might, okay, create some extra issues and all by just roll back the same sessions and all. Okay, right. And of course, we have to check what query he's running. We have to ask him whether he can cancel the session from his side, or he is okay to kill the session or not. Okay, check any jobs are running and check since what time jobs are running. Check the duration. See, sometimes, guys, parallel jobs will run. Okay, sometimes jobs will run parallelly. For example, imagine dbcc check db job and a backup, full backup job, both are performance killers. We don't run these jobs during business hours, but sudden Sunday the job was failed. Unexpectedly Monday, without knowing, some DBA started running the job. The whole CPU and memory will be consumed by your DBCC check DB job or full backup job, guys. So definitely, if you are executing any query, whatever queries you are executing, they will experience some slowness, right? Why? Because there are some jobs are running parallelly in the business hours. So what is the solution, guys? You have to stop the jobs. We don't use it. Means again, you have to apply common sense here, guys. Some jobs can run during business hours, some jobs can't run during business hours. That you have to check with your team. Ask them whether this job can run during business hours. If it can run, you can leave it. No, 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 it can't run, it has to run during weekends only. Just go to the history, go to the history and check it. Okay, go to the history and check it, guys. When it was scheduled, if it was scheduled during weekends, those jobs has to run during weekends only. It was scheduled daily, no problem. Even though they are running daily, no issues will come. But in case of any jobs are running, check any jobs are. How to check, guys, whether jobs are running or not? How to check? How can we check?
Agent, sir.
Agent we can check. Use activity monitor, guys. Okay, the best thing is use activity monitor. If you use activity monitor under status column, okay, under status column, you can see idle, executing. So like this, you can see different status, guys. Okay, currently the job is showing idle, means it is not running. If it is executing, you can see executing, guys. Just click on status once. Automatically, whatever executing jobs are there, that you can see on top. As of now, we don't have extra jobs, so that's why you can see only 2 jobs. Click on the status column. Whatever jobs are executing, you can see on top. Again, click on the status column. Sometimes idle will be on top, sometimes status will be executing on top. So just click on status column, guys. You can see whatever jobs are currently executing. If any jobs are currently executing under status column, you can see executing. Okay, guys. So that means multiple jobs are executing. So if any multiple jobs are executing in the same time, it might cause performance issues. Why? Because they are consuming the whole CPU and memory. So other queries, if any queries are trying to execute as they don't have enough CPU and RAM, it might take more time to execute the sessions and all, guys. Is it clear? So check any parallel jobs are running, any jobs, any weekend jobs are running during business hours. Check it, guys. Any maintenance jobs are running during weekends. I mean, like during business hours. If any jobs are running, take the proper approval and stop the jobs, guys. No issues. You can stop the jobs. If any jobs are running parallelly, you can stop. And again, you have to apply common sense. Jobs can run in the business hours, but if the job is only has to run during weekends, it has to run during weekends only. That weekend job is running on weekdays is not good. Such kind of jobs you have to stop it, guys. Not all jobs. My sir said I have to stop the job, so I have to stop all the jobs. No, some application related jobs will be there. How can you stop it? You cannot stop it. I'm not saying every time you have to stop the job. You have to apply your common sense. Job is scheduled for weekend, but it is running on weekday. You can stop the job. Okay, guys, is it clear? Fine, guys. Performance tuning
Yes,
is
sir.
kind of okay, complete theory part. Okay, so I cannot show you the demo like always on like clustering. There is no demo kind of thing for performance tuning. Completely theory only. So you have to understand each and every point, and each and every point is important, guys. Okay, so you have to check backup jobs are running or not. I mean, like during business hours, you have to check whether backup jobs are running or check DB jobs are running or update stats jobs are running or index rebuild reorganize jobs are running. Just check it during business hours. Are these jobs are running or not? These jobs usually don't run during business hours, guys. Okay, during weekends only these jobs will run. Okay, guys, clear? Is it clear? Any issues, any doubts till now? Please let me know. Any doubts, guys? No doubts? Guys, no doubts? Or is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, I am
Sure.
just explaining simple things only, guys. Try to understand. In case if you are unable to understand, let me know, guys. I'll explain again. But if you are calm means I can't do anything. Okay. I'm just simply whatever we discussed till now, I'm trying to explain those things only, guys. Right. Okay, right. So this is how we have to check a CPU issues, guys. Okay, this is how we have to check CPU issues. In case you check the SQL server, I mean like SQL server is taking more CPU. Okay, you checked the blockings. There are no blockings. Everything is fine. Still CPU is consuming more. What you have to do? Then you have to check the active transactions, guys. Check active transactions using sp underscore who is active. Generally in the organization, we'll use this query, guys, SP who is active. This is not a default stored procedure, guys. This is a custom stored procedure. You have to deploy the stored procedure in the production environment. Usually in the organization, people will deploy this stored procedure using this SP underscore who is active. I guess we have already discussed the output of SP underscore who is active, right? Earlier.
No,
Since
sir.
no,
Yes.
okay, let me show you. Okay, it is an excellent stored procedure, guys. Excellent stored procedure. I'll give you one assignment for everyone. Deploy SP underscore who is active stored procedure in your SQL server. Very easy. Very easy, guys. Deploy SP underscore who is active stored procedure. Deploy means execute the query. That is called, we can call it as a deployment. Okay. Create SP underscore who is active stored procedure in your SQL server, guys. Okay, let me go to the images phase. Images results. Okay, I'll show you some output of SP who is active. How it will be, I'll show you guys. Yes. Okay, so you can see the output like this. Okay, since how many hours the session is running? See here, days, hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds. If it is running since 10 minutes, like that, you can see running 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes, or like you can see sometimes you can see since 10 days, like that you can see since how many hours or minutes the query is running. What is the session ID? What is the SQL text column? SQL text column is an important column, guys. Which queries are running under this session? You can check under SQL text. The whole query, what query is running under session ID 22 or session ID 21 or session ID 58. What query is running under session ID? The whole query you will get it under SQL text column, guys. The whole query you will get it. Okay, that is your SQL text column. And login name, who is running this particular session? Login name. The wait info, each session will wait for some resources, guys. Earlier I told you, right, there are some table locks on the resource, so the wait info is locking. Okay, once the lock is completed, once the lock is released, then only, okay, the table will be accessed. So sometimes locks will be the resources wait types. Sometimes network issue can be wait types. Sometimes disk IO, async, it's async IO, guys, async IO. Okay, that means your storage, whatever you're writing the data to the disk, it is writing very slowly. Sometimes async network also will be there, means the network, the data is transferring, from which network the data is transferring, the network is too slow. That is also one wait cause, guys. Wait types, we can call it as a wait types. In the interview they will ask you, have you heard about wait types and all. Sometimes you can see CX packet, sometimes you can see network IO, sometimes you can see storage issues. See, you are executing 1 lakh records, guys. You are inserting 1 lakh records. Usually it has to write the data very quickly, but storage has some issues. Instead of writing quickly, it is writing the data slowly. In this case, what we can do, guys, the storage, there is an issue from storage side. What we can do to fasten the writing? What we can do, guys? We can't do anything. The network is not good. What we can do to fix the issue? You have to check with the network team. Storage is not good. You have to check with the storage team. Okay, so what is the reason and all, you can check under wait info, guys. Wait info. Under wait info, you can see what is the reason why it is running slow. And CPU, which query is taking more CPU? In this case, if any query, see here, this query session ID 8 is taking more CPU. As this is an internal session, of course, we cannot do anything. Imagine this is 58 session, so 58 session is taking more CPU. You can see, right, 55,074, 55 lakh 74,268. 265 it is taking, means in all these sessions. Okay, this session 58 session, imagine this is 58. Of course 8 is an internal session, we cannot do anything. Imagine this is a 58 session, so you can easily identify, okay, this session is taking more CPU. And you have to check the SQL text column, what is there, what is running under this particular session. Check the SQL text column, you can get the whole script. You can get the whole script and you can start troubleshooting into it, guys. Okay, and for memory also you can see temp DB allocations. As of now, you can see there are no temp DB allocations. Okay, blocking session IDs, any blockings are there, you can see under blocking session IDs. Everything you can see under this single table, guys. Usually, if you want to check the blockings, you have to use different queries. You have to check the CPU Allocations, you have to use different query. You have to check the weight info, you have to use different queries. Manually, you have to use different queries. But SP underscore who is active will pull all the information, guys. In a single table, it will pull all the information. Okay. So TempDB allocations, TempDB current allocations, guys, blocking session ID, how many reads are there? In this case, see here, this session is showing more reads. Other sessions are 0 reads, 64 reads, 338 reads, but this session is going for more reads are there. Okay, and the same session is having more writes and physical reads. See how many sessions are there. Okay, so like this you have to verify which session is taking more reads, which session is taking more TempDB allocations, which session is taking more CPU, which session is taking more memory, how much percentage is here. You can see one more column also, percent complete column, guys. How much percentage this session is complete. See, don't think all the sir I'm executing 1 lakh records, can I check how much percentage is completed? You cannot see, guys. You are taking backup, you just initiated a backup, can we check how much percentage backup is completed? Yes, you can check. You are restoring a database, can we check, sir, how much percentage of restore is completed? Yes, you can check it, how much percentage of restore is completed. You are executing dbcc check db, can we check, sir, how much percentage is completed? Yes, you can check it. You are shrinking the files, how much percentage is completed? Can we check? Yes, you can check the percentage. For shrinking files, for dbc's check db, for taking backups, for restoring the databases, you can check how much percentage is completed. Based on that, you can start troubleshooting. 99% is completed, guys. In this case, do we need to kill the session? 99% is completed. Backup is 99% completed. Do we need to kill the session, guys? If we can wait for some
No.
time, 100% will be completed, right?
Yes, sir.
99% restore is completed. Do we need to kill the session, guys? 95,
No.
98. Why?
No, sir.
Because if we wait for some time, it will be completed. If we kill it again, it will take same time for the next time. You have to
Yes.
you have to
Yes,
apply
sir.
your common sense here. Okay. So there is one more column like this. 20, 25 columns will be there. Okay. There you can see. There you can see exactly. Let me check whether in my SQL. I guess I
SP
have
underscore who is active only you have to see, sir, percentage of that.
Yes. I just deployed in MySQL server, guys. Okay, SP who is active. It is there in MySQL server. Okay, right. It is there. If it is not there, you will get a could not find the stored procedure, guys. If it is not there, you will get a could not find the stored procedure. I just deployed last week. Let me show you the results. I'll show you the percent completed column and all. I'll show you. See how much time it is taking. This is also performance issue. Since 18 seconds, it is executing. Okay. Guys, one guy came to us, hey DBA team, this query is executing 2 hours to complete. What is your approach, guys? Just what is your approach? How you can identify whether that is the best time or worst time? How you are identify, guys? Tell me. If any developer comes to you, hey DBA team, my query is taking 2 hours to complete. What is your next approach? Tell me. Is it a performance issue? Is it a performance issue, guys?
No, sir.
Why no? It is executing
Yes,
2 hours,
only
right?
yes, exit 2 hours straight.
Tell me, guys. One guy comes to you, one developer comes to you. Hey, my query is executing 2 hours. Since 2 hours it is executing, or it is taking 2 hours to complete. He just gave one statement. Now tell me whether this query is like whether there is a performance issues or not. Do we have performance issues or not?
So we will check whether it is taking 2 hours or not in
Mm-hmm.
SP underscore who is active, whether he is saying true or not.
Guys, I'll tell you one example. Yesterday I read SQL Server till 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. guys, till night 1 a.m. Yesterday, okay, or I practiced SQL Server till night 1 a.m. guys. What is your next thought when I said like this? Oh my god, I am doing hard work, right? But I started practicing at 12:45 and practice it till 1 o'clock. Now tell me, is it clear, guys? I started practicing at 12:45 and I just practice it till 1 o'clock. Means I just practice it for 15 minutes. How can you say if I practice it till 1 o'clock, how can you say I'm doing hard work? Agree? Agree or not, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
Clear,
sir.
right? So the intended behavior of the query is it has to execute for 3 hours, but it is executing for 2 hours only. Now tell me, is it a performance issue or not? It has to execute for 3 hours, but it is completing in 2 hours only. Now do you think there is a performance issue in SQL Server?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No,
No,
some
no.
queries intentionally it will take 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours to execute. You cannot say if it is executing 5 hours there is a performance issue. It is executing for 10 hours there is a performance issue. No, the behavior itself it has to execute for 10 hours or 5 hours. If it is executing less time, very happy. But the behavior of the query it has to execute only 5 minutes, but it is taking 5 hours. Now there is a performance issue, right? Last time when he
Yes.
executed, it took 5 minutes. In the 5 minutes itself, it is completed. Now the same query he is executing, it is taking 5 hours. Now can you imagine there is a performance issue? If someone comes to you directly, hey, it is taking 2 hours to execute, means you cannot, oh, there is a performance issues. Come on, I'll do the operation. Go to the, what is that room? Okay, I see you. So you cannot do like that. First you have to identify, okay, that's fine. Earlier, how much time it took? The next question you have to ask is, earlier, how much time it took to execute? If he says 3 hours, now you are happy. Hey, my SQL server is doing wonders. It is executing in 2 hours only. He is happy. The developer just came to you to share his happiness. But you thought that, okay, it is executing 2 hours, right? Means there is a performance issue. No. Earlier it took 3 hours. Now it is executing in 2 hours only. In that case, happily it was accepted. Now you cannot put efforts to bring it to 3 hours, guys. Right? Agree? Right, but developers complaining us, hey, earlier it took 2 minutes only, now it is taking 20 minutes to execute, or now it is taking 10 minutes to execute. Now there is a performance issue. In such situations you have to start looking. Why? Because usually people will comes to us, they will tell like this only, my query is taking 10 hours to execute or 2 hours to execute. Now ask them, earlier how much time it took? Earlier it took 1 hour 50 minutes, now it is taking 2 hours, only 10 minutes, right? There you can accept that it the issue. Just 1 minute, guys. Please let me reconnect.